Okay. Let's switch this around to here and potentially put on flash. There we go.
Oh, good.
Okay, we're good. We're good. We are in a van right now.
Like in this amazing lights.
You look great. We don't have anybody on here yet. Wait, so this is where I can take the link, I think. Is this public? Let's see.
Can we see you?
Oh, share. Here's the link.
Oh, I see you live.
You see me live?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, don't go on it.
Where?
Well, let's just see how it looks. That's hilarious. Copy link. Oh, we have 3 people on already. Okay, this is my first live ever. I'm just trying to figure out how I can put the link on my social media real quick, and then I want to start this discussion for the 3 people that are watching. Okay, copy link. Here. Oh,
It's okay, there was only one person.
okay. Am I
Yeah.
still going?
Yeah, we can.
Is it still working? Okay. This is just gonna take a second to figure out because we're in a van in Costa Rica in Puerto Viejo. Like
Somehow it's like not.
it's just a little bit delayed. Oh, that's strange. Oh, so I should do it this way. I should do it this way. There we go.
Yeah,
It's okay.
Turn around.
Yeah, because people will be watching it from vertical anyways, right? I'm just so used to filming in. Hey, Brittany. Okay, I can't really see the comments because I'm using this device. I don't know how to go live. This is my first time, so bear with me. Let's see, maybe if I turn on this computer, because I would like to respond to questions and everything, like as we have this discussion.
That's crazy. It doesn't go horizontal. I guess life is supposed to be only with the phone. I don't know.
I have no idea. Well, actually, I think maybe there is an option here. Let's see. We'll just look at Tonya for a second. You know what? We're not going to worry about it. We're not going to worry about it. We're going to be vertical. Okay, so Tonya is the other tropical Russian. She is
Amazing.
It's my-
That's amazing set.
She's the other tropical Russian, and she's actually a psychotherapist for nomads and immigrants. Are we good? We're both
Yeah.
in the frame?
I think
Everything is good?
Everything's good.
Okay.
You are framed well. And there are people watching us already. Hello.
Okay. All right.
That's so new.
Yeah, this is all very
oh my
new.
God.
Okay. Should we sit closer?
No, you just
Okay.
moved out of the camera.
Did I?
No, maybe.
Oh, no.
No, you're
It's
good.
a little bit delayed.
It's delayed.
It's delayed.
Oh.
Okay. Bear with us as we set everything up for this live session, talking about whether or not. Speaking of, where is my cat? Where's
She is right here on the leash.
Oh, she is. Okay, good.
She's down there. For us not to worry. She's already all set, all leashed up.
Okay,
Lead girl.
so the discussion is about whether or not I should bring Almendra, which is my cat. So I just made a video about how I found a cat named Sirena on YouTube. And unfortunately, so Sirena was traveling with me for like about a year, and she passed away in January. So 3-4 months later, I found another kitten, and I've been raising her. So she's now my adventure buddy. But it's a long story. So the point is, I am now living in a van that I bought in Costa Rica that I started renovating, and I bought it for my cat actually. And lost my train of thought.
Yeah, and you want to take your cat, which is like
Yeah.
6 months old or 7 months old, a baby kitten, a teenager, which being like acting like a normal teenager, trying to be very free, running all over the place and having
Yeah,
her
so she's
jungle.
not
We
as
tried
well
to take her
behaved.
to Europe.
Yeah. So much has happened.
Because
okay?
why not? Why
I'm
not?
like-
Like, you just take a baby cat, you just adopt it, you raise a cat in the jungle, and you're like, I should go to Madrid with this cat.
Yeah,
Why
well,
not?
first, okay, so I want to go from Costa Rica to Mexico City first because I want to go to a birthday party. So the biggest problem that I'm facing right now is that it's very expensive to travel with a cat because I have to make a health document for her every time I enter a new country, which is like the health document for Costa Rica is going to be about $140. Plus like the microchip, which was $50, plus like all the vaccinations that I had to do in a short period of time, plus I have to get like a pet ticket for her each time I fly, which is about $160. So just flying to Mexico with me and her, plus my ticket, is gonna be about like $460 if I'm doing the math correctly.
Yeah, because for those who might think that she might pass under the support animal, whatever, she's a kitten, so it's not possible to prove that she is already trained for support animal because of her age. She is like underaged.
Yeah, so
Cannot
there
be-
is.
she is a kitten, so that's for sure just an animal. A nice
Yeah,
one.
and anyways, there's not enough time for me to get a document for her to, because I'm supposed to leave on the 19th of September because I'm trying to make it to a birthday party, which is that weekend, which is the whole point of going to Mexico. And then after that, I'm going to Spain because I used to live in Spain and I left like $4,000 or something like that. Could be 3,000 now, I have no
It was
idea.
a while ago.
It was years ago. Like I used to live there teaching English, and when COVID happened, I left kind of suddenly and I didn't transfer any of the money or anything. So you should follow your heart, by the way. You ladies are both stunning and beautiful. I always look forward to your content.
Yes, stay concentrated. You're gonna get to this point. You were thinking about how to. This is so
Yes,
cool. Красивые
okay.
девушки. Спасибо большое. Нам очень
So,
приятно.
so following my heart. That's what. Let's talk about following my heart.
Yeah. Your heart
Because-
or your PTSD?
So we were just discussing like, why do I live such a weird life? Like, why am I always doing things the hard way? Like, why do I mean, Tonya's the same way. Like, she is from Russia and she grew up in South Africa and then went back to Russia. I don't know, has been on her own for forever, just like I've been on my own for forever, and somehow she was backpacking Europe and then ended up in Costa
Yeah.
Rica, and now like she's building a house here, which is crazy, and I'm here building out a van, and like, how did we end up with such strange lives?
It's just like being used to challenge because you never had a safe environment to grow up. Like, you know, the stability, economical, psychological, that people might have. Some people, I don't know much of those people because we don't meet them that much because of the context of how we live. But still, those people,
We do meet those people. Because we meet a lot of people in Costa Rica that,
That's the same type
but
of
they're
type
people
of
that are escaping that. Like, they've lived the very normal
Yeah.
life, and then something happened to them, either like a divorce or something dramatic or something kind of
or
shook
they
their
lost their
life,
job and they're like, okay, now I need to change. Or those people which are like, oh, I need to really save money to go on my vacation to Europe because I need to save money and work hard for that. And then, what was your first time in Europe? How did you went there?
I went to Spain by myself at 22 after I graduated college. Like, I think I maybe saved no more than $3,000 or $4,000, I think, if I remember correctly, just from working. And I got a job there though, where I was getting paid €1,000 a month. So it was like I had a sense of security because financially, like, I always have felt like no matter what, I need to have like a job or some sort of like income coming in. But like, I still want to do the things that I want to do, which was at that time like travel and go see something
I
else.
do
or
feel
whatever.
way more reckless than you are. Like, my first time, I went when I was 17 to Germany to live and help in a family where nobody spoke English. And I had no German, and my parents gave me like $500 just in case for me to survive. And I went there for 3 months, and I also was like trying to learn German. And yeah, these have
Well,
like
actually,
more
no,
logic.
wait,
Anyway,
listen.
it
the
wasn't
first
like
time,
saving a lot of money to go to Europe for the first time or something. So we never followed the actual pattern of trying to bring your life together before you make any difficult step in your life.
Yeah.
That's the point. It's just like, oh, okay, I want to do that. I cannot do that. It's gonna be hard.
Yeah, and I'm like, I'm gonna figure
Let's
out
go
a way
for
to
it.
do it. Like when I bought my van in Florida, I did have some money saved, but like I needed a vehicle. So it was like, in order to function in the U.S., you need a vehicle. Like if I want to go and work and have a job or whatever, I need a car.
Yeah.
So I was like, okay, no matter what, like I have to spend this money. But then I was like, oh, but I don't want to do things like the normal way. Like I should buy a van and build it out. And because I can live in the van, and then potentially, like if I want to go somewhere else, I don't have to worry about like paying rent and whatever. It just costs a lot of costs. So that's why I did
I
that.
just thought,
But
does it all have something to do like with our background? Because those are the stories that, for example, I would be known as a person who spent the childhood in South Africa and then went back to Russia. So my life was based on telling crazy stories about myself, which I lived through, and that made made my experience of being a human being, and that was something I was building my personality around, just living through a challenging life. Does that have something to do with you? Have you ever been like questions about, oh, you are Russian, have you ever been to Russia, have you been ever special because of how complicated your life is?
ever since I was a little kid, well, I actually just had a discussion with my friend Caroline on the phone, and she told me that her parents and all the parents in our school or whatever always kind of saw me as somebody like independent or just like kind of paving my own way to do something in a weird way. But really, it came from circumstance and survival. So
Yeah.
from a young age, we kind of have always been living this life of like I always wanted to get out of my house because I didn't have the best like home situation, and so I wanted to get a job at 16 because I wanted to work and have my own money and be able to pay for whatever I want. And I even tried to get a job before that. I wanted to have a job when I was 15. I was so jealous that my brother could have a job. I wanted to be a child laborer. just
Competing
because,
with adult people.
yeah, exactly. I just wanted to be independent because then I wouldn't have to, you know, follow the rules at home. I don't know.
Yeah, just like being yourself.
Yeah, and
But,
also
like,
also because like for example, if I wanted to go somewhere or do something, like there was a birthday party or something like that, like my mom was never able to drive me because I have other siblings, and like most of the time it was a no. Like I didn't really ask my mom for that much. It was kind of like, okay, if I want to go and do that thing, I have to figure out a way to do it. So I'll take the bus at 13 years old or what, 12?
That's
I think
what Russian
12
children
was like the
do.
first.
They just take the bus when they're 5 years old
Yeah.
and they go somewhere across the country.
And you know,
It's like,
maybe
that's
that's
a cultural
why.
thing.
Maybe that's
But
why,
also
because
that's kind of
when I was 11 though, I went to Russia and I saw how independent the other kids were,
Yeah.
actually. And I envied that. I really wanted to have that kind of independence, to be able
But
to
then
just
the
be
life
a kid in the
conditions
street,
are
like
different.
doing whatever I want, you know.
When you live in
Yeah.
Russia in a small city, that's very different from living in the
Well, it's
United
scarier
States.
in Russia. It's more dangerous. Well, actually, no.
Actually,
I don't
no.
know.
Every babushka gonna give you food if you're a lost baby. It wasn't that
Well, I guess
scary,
like
think.
people would call
I-
the police if they saw a child walking around
No,
by
I don't
themselves
know.
in
They
the
usually
US.
call neighbors, like back in days. But so you just adopted like a Russian kind of part of Russian childhood reality into your adult life, and it unfolded into some sort of, I don't know,
Yeah.
traveling around in a crazy way. And going back to the topic
Of the cat.
of this
So I got the cat.
leash, which ends with the cat.
Okay, she's down there.
Yeah,
somewhere.
she's down there. No, she's actually right here. She's super close.
She's
just
chilling. Okay,
Like,
good.
she's chilling. She's
relaxed.
like, okay, I wouldn't.
Do you
want
want to see my cat? Who wants to see my cat?
Everybody wants to see your cat.
What is she doing?
It's right here.
Okay, she's just chilling. She's relaxed right
She's
now.
good.
She's not always so calm. Like she's a little bit of a menace. She's going through her teenage years, and so that's back to the discussion of whether or not I should bring her to Europe with me. It's going to be a challenge because of multiple factors. First of all, the costs. It's going to be very expensive. So just to get to Mexico, it's going to be like $460 to travel with
Yeah.
her.
I didn't know,
And
would
me.
there be like any additional expenses on the way back if you're gonna try to bring the cat in
Yeah.
Costa Rica, because Costa Rica is like this area covered with, I don't know,
So
national parks
here,
and stuff.
yeah, so here, like, she can basically, like, the van doors are always open, and she pretty much runs around and, like, uses the beach as her litter box. And, like, she's a very free cat. She comes back when I call her. Like, she lives a life of freedom. So taking her.
Yeah, there's so
Oh,
many
hi, Gandalf.
questions.
Okay.
Going on.
Sorry, I should review these real quick.
Well, there was a
Well-
question about my degree. I'm a clinical psychologist with background in psychoanalysis. That was my education, so that's where my
Yeah,
degree
she was
came
in
from.
school for like 8 or 9 years. I can't believe you did that.
I was also
That's
like
crazy.
working during this time. 8 years is a lot. I never thought I gonna study for that much.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
crazy. I could not
Yeah, that's
imagine
crazy.
it. I wanted to be a veterinarian at
You can
some
still
point.
do that if you're gonna leave.
Maybe when I'm like 50, I would do
Anyway, somebody
but-
asked how our names, Katya,
it. Katya and Tonya.
Antonia,
Very Russian.
Антонина и Екатерина.
Antonina
Обычные
and
русские имена,
Ekaterina.
все нормально. And yeah, I think that's all from
Okay,
practical
how is my
questions,
kitty?
so-
She's good. Okay, so anyways, back to the topic of bringing Almendra with me to Mexico and then Europe. So the expenses, that's first of all, $460 just to get to Mexico with her, and then getting to Spain is going to be like about 500, 600, yeah, about $600. I don't know exactly how much the health certificate is going to cost because I have to get another one in Mexico in order to go to Europe.
Mm.
And it's a 10-hour flight, so I'm probably going to have to get a better carrier for her, figure out like a litter box situation, somehow like a portable litter box maybe, or maybe I bring like a dry bag with like some sand in it so I can like bring her to the bathroom of the airplane and like put the. There's so many different
Can you actually, is
things.
it illegal thing taking sand from beaches of Costa Rica?
No, I wouldn't take it from the beach. I would keep it in the bag, like the litter bag.
Yeah, no, I understand, but where would you get a sand?
Like cat litter is sand.
Oh, cat litter.
That's what I mean.
Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
cat
I
litter.
was just
Not
imagining you
actual
like
sand.
carrying some sand from
No,
Playa
no,
Negra.
actually that's illegal. You can't
That's
bring.
gonna be too funny.
That would.
And look, I'm just carrying my cat. We're just going to Madrid. Don't
worry, we're just bringing sand.
That's
Yeah,
okay.
beach sand.
Yeah, no.
No, it would
I
be
think
cat
litter
litter.
is fine. It's just like I'm imagining you carrying all this and the litter box and the cat
And I was thinking
and
about
the
bringing my
backpack,
guitar
and you just
also,
and
but
your guitar and
no,
you go
I'm
and
not
you're
gonna
trying
bring the guitar this time. I don't think.
But
I think I
only
should
having
focus
like
on the
a
cat.
bag with the cat and the litter box and litter what? And also the backpack. That's like a lot of carry on.
Yeah, so I would pay for a carry-on. That's why my ticket is going to be a little bit more expensive also, because I have a personal item and a carry-on. But I have to somehow make the litter thing portable so I can keep it in my backpack. Not only that, but I'm going to be traveling with my computer, my drone, like all of my filming stuff, basically.
Mhm.
The drone really takes up the most space, so I'm not going to bring that many clothes. Like, something has to give. Like, I'm going to have to make some sacrifices and wear the same thing. Back to like being a backpacker, pretty much, which I haven't been a backpacker with like a really big challenge. Where will the kitty be if he
Sorry to
can't go?
disturb you. Do you know how do I get inside? It's my first night in the hostel.
You
Oh.
should just like
We're
scream,
parked
I think.
outside of a hostel.
Scream?
Yeah,
Scream.
open to me.
Wait, yeah, because there's a security
There
guy
is always a
sitting
security,
over there.
and you say I just live there. So usually this key works from the outside, from the other part, like from the road. But just scream, say, let me in.
Knock on there, yeah, like knock over there. Yeah, because I know he's sitting like right over there on that back corner. So,
You're helping people out.
yeah, let me explain our setting. We are in my van right now in like just outside of this hostel / restaurant right on the beach. So like the beach is like right over there. So we've been kind of chilling here all day and like working because they have Wi-Fi here. So yeah, the topic of the main fear that I have is, oh wait, somebody had a question.
Yeah, they ask where do we sit, so you just answer this one.
Wait, what was the question? Where will the kitty be if he can't go? Her name is Almendra. She's a girl.
Almendra is a baby girl.
She's a baby girl. she would stay probably in San Jose in the city with my friend Angel. I'm sure I would have to ask her still, but I'm sure she would be cool with it. She has 2 other cats, and I've left her there before, and she's been okay. Like, she would be fine, but the problem is that if I leave her in Costa Rica, I mean, I have to come back to Costa Rica eventually,
Anyway, yeah.
regardless, because I have a van here. I have a vehicle. Like, actually, all of my stuff now is in Costa Rica. So eventually, I do have to go back, but I'm gonna be on more of a time crunch, and I won't be able to really like take my time if I leave her. So I could go to Europe and enjoy like my full 3-month tourist visa in Europe, and I want to hike the Camino de Santiago, and it would be really cool to hike that with Almendra. I think it would be epic.
Yeah, and
Because-
have there been any cats on this Camino de Santiago?
There's been one other cat that has hiked the Camino de Santiago the French way, but not the northern trail. So I want her to be legendary because, you know, that's the kind of mother I am. I want her to be a legendary cat, the first one to hike the northern Camino de Santiago. And I think most
Who would
of
like to be adopted by Katya and just go travel the world? Just put the put an emoji, alright? That's me.
it's gonna be
I think
crazier,
that's
like
cool.
if I have a kid one day, like, can you imagine? So,
I'm actually imagining you as an actual kid, like with the baby goat.
with a baby goat,
That would be so cute.
that would be cool.
No, okay,
Baby
consider
goat? I don't know. That would
No.
be even harder to travel with
No, that's
because I
not
think
good.
there's more regulations on. Like cats and dogs are reasonable, like they're allowed on flights, but goats are not. But anyways, so I want to do something weird and interesting because do I have my motorcycle?
Motorcycle
Yes.
isn't Pejiva, it's waiting for
I
us.
do have my motorcycle. It's in a town that's like 2.5 hours from here, just like parked for now because I've been traveling in my van for now. And I have not figured out a way to like mount the motorcycle to the van, and I don't think I will because the van is really old. It's like 1997 Mercedes.
It's not that old.
Yeah, for Costa Rica, it's not that old. But I don't know how good, like, this van... It's already kind of hard to get uphill sometimes. Like, I have to be in first gear. And actually, I tried to get up a hill when I was coming here in first gear, and it didn't go up. It didn't go up. So I
Okay,
started...
so back to the expenses and back to the cat content.
Oh, yeah, back to that.
Because that's, even if it's gonna be at least 1,000 to go there, let's say like $1,500 just to bring the cat to Europe, and then you're gonna spend something like where you're gonna live. We don't know.
I don't even know where I'm staying when I get there. So the Camino de
Any
Santiago is the
friends?
plan, which like...
Hostels.
Yeah, so
hotels, couch
I plan
surfing.
to like mostly stay with people that I know, which I still need to like contact my old friends from Spain, and also hiking the Camino de Santiago, which is mostly, I think it's either cheap hostels or some of them are even free or
No,
they
in
have
Camino de
free
Santiago
food.
free. I slept
Free?
once in one of them.
Really?
As I was
did?
hitchhiking to Portugal, and I hitchhiked like from the top because I was going to Porto. From the
Uh-huh.
border was Spain, and there is part of Camino de Santiago, and I just crashed into the free hostel.
It was free?
Yeah, all of people
Oh.
who go for Camino de Santiago, they have sort of like bracelets, which I had none, but I was just like, I don't know, smiling to people at the free hostel, and then like you can go in. So
Well,
they
the
let me-
bracelet might be something that they had to pay for.
I do not know. What was for free for me, so.
You might have gotten lucky because I don't know. I mean, I know that it's cheap because my friend Donnie hiked it and he said he spent like no more than $200 or $300 for
It
hiking
might
the
be.
whole
It
thing.
might be free as well. I don't know.
I don't know. I think it's cheap.
What's free for me? I don't. I
Yeah,
have some
but
photos
either
with
way,
a lot of
if
shoes and
if
stuff.
it is paid, I think. I just want to read some of these comments. Yes, I'm sorry I haven't posted many videos. So much has happened. My life has just gotten insane with this whole van thing and whatever, and it's just been hard to keep up with editing. But I'm gonna be on it. I promise. Anyways, stick to the topic. Okay.
To
So-
be or not to be.
So, okay, it'll be about $1,000 just in flights alone. to get to Mexico and then to Spain. And I probably only have like $7,000, $8,000 like to my name. So that's a little bit concerning.
That's including the
That's
Span-
including the money
Spanish
that I
money.
have in my bank account in Spain, which I haven't had access to for years because I left and that bank account is associated with an old phone number. And that's part of the mission. That's why I'm going to Spain actually, is to retrieve this money that has just been sitting there
So
chilling.
you're basically gonna go to Spain to take out the money and to spend it on the cat right there at the same moment.
Yes, exactly.
That's
But
cool.
if I can also like look at it as kind of an investment because I think that having really cool cat content, like of me traveling with Almendra through Spain doing the Camino de Santiago, I think that would be pretty epic. I think people would be interested in watching it, and if I'm doing something weird and interesting and people are watching it, then that's going to generate some income for me, which is good.
There was
'Cause-
no cats. I don't know if there were any dogs on this part of Camino de Santiago, but having a trained cat which understands the name and just run behind you, that was something you really
That is
wanted.
that's something I wanted. Like I envisioned
Not
that
you
in my
trying to
mind.
open a cat school.
I did want to open a cat school.
And like train tiny cats with the name so they run behind the owners so owners can travel with cats. That was your whole idea.
Yeah, that was my whole idea. Was
So
to
how would
train
you prove
cats.
you are capable to train a travel cat if you haven't traveled with your cat?
Exactly.
Challenging.
Exactly.
Is it logical?
Well, also, what in the world is a cat school? Exactly. There isn't one yet, but there will be if I start one. So if I figure out how to train my cat to travel with me, follow me.
It's like an answer to all the questions. So where is your content? It's like so much is going on. There's gonna be a lot of content.
So much is going on. I have a year. Oops. I have a
That's
year
just
of backlogged
another.
content of just like crazy things that I've been doing with my life, and it's been so impossible to keep up with because just living the adventure itself is exhausting. I've been filming everything at the same time and then editing on top of it, and then also like trying to make money, like so working. I went back to doing my environmental consulting job to be able to pay for like the expenses that I've had with working on this van, which is way more expensive than I thought it was going to be. It was like $4,000 for the van itself, which was TikTok money, which was great. So I spent all that money on just getting the shell of the van, and then a bunch of mechanical things went wrong, and
also the wood and beds.
all the wood, like wood is really expensive here, flooring is really expensive here, like all construction things are
So
super
you spent like
expensive.
4,000.
At least, yeah, and it's not even
Probably
finished.
more, no more, because you had a lot of money spent when things were taken out of the van and it was sealed, and there were rats.
Oh my god, there were rats.
There were
in there.
rats in your
Wait,
van.
hold on, this looks like it's glitching a little bit. Is it
It
okay?
might. No, it's fine. It's glitching because of the speed.
Okay.
My
Anyways,
eyes are so big on
yeah.
the word rats. Like, I'm impressed still. I had like
Yeah,
a
so
rat
at one
family.
point,
Like what sort of ratatouille? is
at
this?
one point, there was a rat family living in the walls of this van. It was actually before I had these wood walls. It was behind the
So you
metal,
did spend a
the
lot
sheet
of money
metal.
on this.
Yeah, so I did hire somebody to take care of the rat situation and also fix all of like the holes in the ground that I had, and also there was like a 2-inch gap, like the door wouldn't close all the way. There was a 2-inch gap there. That door, the side door wasn't closing all the way. I had to get everything like fixed. I don't even know
It
how
was
I did it.
leaking here. The door,
Yeah,
the
it's
raindrops
still
were
leaking.
falling on me.
I
When it
spent
was-
money to fix leaks and they're not even fixed. So, yeah.
So that has been your like monthly investment on a van or on some technical supply or
here's my
whatever. Like you do invest in your hobbies around $2,000 per month, and you do invest in your food and clothes around $300 per month.
You want to go up, baby
And
girl?
she just wanted to be on camera.
She wanted to
Maybe.
be.
Look.
Okay, so this
okay.
is her. I think she actually wants to go to bed, so
Yeah,
I'll
she
just show
might.
you her for a second. This is Almendra. She has an Apple AirTag just in case she gets lost. I don't
She's
know
also
how.
chipped.
She is also. Wait, why am I? This is where the camera is. So, yeah, she is microchipped and everything. Look at this fine specimen of a cat.
Isn't she a superstar?
Isn't she? She's so cute. She's so cute. Do you want to go to Europe? Honestly, I don't know if she will be happy in Europe because she won't have jungle
She
all
would be
around her.
closed inside of a flat of the apartment. She was raised in a van.
She was raised man.
She was raised in a jungle and a beach. She was climbing trees all the time. Would she even be able to not to get crazy in a closed up apartment somewhere in Europe? But if
No,
you're
but
gonna
she
go
would
to
be okay.
Camino, that's cool. That's
Yeah,
fun.
yeah.
She would see like she's
So
trained for that.
the parts of her being inside an apartment in Europe, that wouldn't be the majority of the trip. That would just be kind of like the transitional phases because the goal is to get on the trail. I think. I hope.
Yeah, so with that it doesn't sound that crazy. Yet it does sound pretty challenging. What was the part of your life what was not challenging?
Yeah, I always seem to get myself into these like strange life situations. Like I just make all of these like weird choices to do things that are strange or interesting.
But there is no example in your life of you doing something like not strange and normal because we were
I
talking.
mean, I went to college. That was normal.
You went to college. That's good.
Yeah, I went to college and then I also like I had at one point in my life I was living in Florida and I was working an environmental science job, but at the same time I did also like buy a van and I was doing a conversion at the same time, so it wasn't like 100% normal.
Yeah. When was
But-
the time in your life when you went to office?
I did have a period of 8 months that I was going to an office,
What was the job?
the environmental consulting.
Oh, you
job.
were actually sitting in the office like 5 days per week.
Well, it was like I would sit in the office for maybe 2 to 3 days a week and then I would go do field work and come back. But mostly, yeah, I was in the office.
Okay.
Yeah.
With
I even
insurance
worked in-
and stuff. Like
I had a salary.
legally.
I've never had health insurance before, actually. Never.
You had a salary. I thought
I
that's
had a
pretty
salary.
normal. That's
Yeah. For 8 months, I had a salary and then
for
I
8
went
months
on...
in your life.
Yeah. And then I had a vacation, like Memorial weekend or Labor Day weekend or something, and I decided to come to Costa Rica because I hadn't really traveled outside of Florida since COVID. I had been I felt like I was stuck in Florida for, what, a year? Something like that. So I went to Costa Rica on a trip.
Stuck. A whole year in one place. Oh my god.
Yeah, well,
You've been stuck.
Florida, it was never my like intention to like live in Florida permanently. Like that was always a place where I would go to like make money real quick and then go back to like traveling or like living in a more unique place, I guess. I didn't really have a desire to live in the US very much. Just because there's so many other like cooler, weird places to live, you know. So anyways, I went on vacation and I was like, oh my god, Costa Rica is amazing. Like people here care about the environment, there's so much nature, there's so much like jungle, so many things to see. Like I could live here maybe.
Mm-hmm.
And so I told my boss that if he still needs help with some work and like writing reports and all of that, then I can work for him remotely. I can continue to work for him. But if not, I'm quitting. So I kind of told him like, it's up to you. If you want to keep me, cool. If you don't, I'm moving to Costa Rica anyways. Like I had enough money saved up. I had maybe like $10,000 at the time, maybe $12,000.
So you've been like maintaining similar numbers.
Yeah,
What, like,
for
were
a
you
long time I
thinking-
kind of just maintained like $10,000.
Yeah.
And,
Were you
like-
thinking to travel with an animal like even before you got Serena and before you got Almendra? Because I know you had animals for a long time in your life. You had
Yeah,
rabbits.
I had two big
had-
rabbits when I
Were
was
you
living
thinking to
in
travel?
Minnesota.
Like, were you ever waking up and you're like, oh, I should take a rabbit on a world trip? Like, was it ever an idea? Like, was it ever a sort of a dream you would like to complete to travel with an animal? Was it
Yeah.
something like inspiring for you?
Yeah, pretty much.
And you were looking at other people and you're like, oh my god, they might be like really wealthy to travel around with an animal, and I would love to do that. That's so cute to travel with my animal. Like, was it something you really wanted?
You know, I never really pictured myself having a cat because I never
But just
had
an
a cat
animal.
before, because I thought cats were more of like at-home type animals. Like, I've always loved dogs, and traveling with a dog sounded really fun, but it also like sounded like a really big responsibility and like something very difficult that might be out of my budget or too big of a challenge. Although I was very sad when I had to leave my rabbits behind because I was obsessed with those rabbits. I was like only posting videos and photos of my rabbits, and like I've just always had animals around me, so that was one thing that I really missed from my old life when I started living nomadically and traveling a bunch, is just like having animals as companions
That's
around
actually
me
a very
and taking
good
care
point.
of them.
That's a very good point, that you really missed animals when you started to travel alone, and then you started to travel with an animal, and it's a cat, and is getting somewhere like to the point where you would enjoy your traveling more because you have a travel companion. So it's something very uncomfortable because of how the world is showing it. It's like, oh, you have an animal, you have a pet now. What about your travels? How would you travel now? Oh, you're gonna go to Europe. With who would your cat stay, or with who would your dog stay? So it's always like this society pattern that if you have an animal, the animal is something what ties you up to your home.
That's the same with having
Everybody's
kids.
like-
it's similar to having a kid as well.
And when were you respecting society rules last time?
That is a good point. Yeah, I mean, I've always wanted to try and do things like a little bit differently from everybody else.
But I don't know
For some reason.
why is it shown as something that complicated to travel
I mean,
with
people
animals?
also, they travel with animals and they also travel with kids. Like, people do travel with kids. It's just very difficult. And so most people choose
What
not
difficult is? What is the definition of the word difficult for you personally?
to. Well, carrying... Oh, shoot. What happened?
Calm down.
Um,
The flashlight went
the
off.
flashlight went off.
That's okay.
Okay. Do we have a different source of light? We can use yours.
Mine is almost done.
Is it? Okay. Why did the flashlight go out?
Just
Yeah.
because. Oh, I have a. I gotta bring something. Wait a second. But you can answer the question.
Okay, so we had a situation where we don't have lights, but we're gonna get some lights in here. And in the meantime, I will answer some of these questions. Keep shining, sounds good. You're humans, not animals, freaks. I'm confused about that comment. I don't know what that means. I travel with a golden retriever, and she's a
Nice.
big time personality for sure. Okay. So, oh, this is Tonya, by the way, if there's new people logging on here. Okay, that's perfect.
Yeah,
Nice.
that's amazing.
Okay.
I'm so happy I have.
Oh my gosh,
It's
it's
actually
so
so bright.
blinding. So maybe
wait
we
a
should
second.
somehow like put it up
That,
there.
It has this.
How about like this?
Is that enough?
Let's see.
Ooh, it's cozy.
I think that's enough. Is that enough light? Yeah.
It's okay.
Okay, so somebody said I travel with a golden retriever and she's a big time personality for sure. Okay, so my question for you is, how do you travel with your golden retriever? Is it super expensive? Like, are you rich? Like,
Are you wealthy?
are you wealthy?
Are your parents wealthy? Do
Yeah.
you have a paying for everything boyfriend?
Do you just travel like within
Or you just
the
brave?
country? Like, do you just travel within the U.S. or whatever? Do you travel internationally with your golden retriever? A golden retriever is huge.
A golden retriever is great.
Yeah, but you can't bring a golden retriever into the.
Would you
into
go
the
on
plane
a
with
like
you.
16 or 17 hours flight with a golden retriever?
Yeah, or would you go on a 10 to 15 hour flight to another
am
country
curious,
with
I
your
wanna
golden
know.
retriever? Please answer my question. I'm so curious.
We are a little bit blinded by light, but we adjust.
Yes, this is a camper
We are
that
really,
I'm traveling in.
really used to adjust to complexities of life.
Yeah,
That's the whole topic of today.
but y'all work too. Oh, like, do we work? Is that supposed to be a question or a statement? I don't know. So, money situation is very inconsistent when you're
I
a
like this
nomad.
emojis, that's funny.
Yeah, so as far as like generating income in order to like complete all of these projects and like traveling and living this lifestyle, like I don't ever really know where my money is gonna come from every month. It's kind of different most of the time. I mean, I still have like, I'm an independent contractor doing environmental consulting, so when the company needs help basically with projects and they don't have enough people or the owner doesn't have time to complete a project, then I can take on one of those projects and do it. And it's it can be kind of boring and dull. I don't do it that often, but well, this year I have been doing it a lot more often because I have expenses with the van and everything, and because ever since my cat Sirena died, I kind of took a pause on like posting content on YouTube regularly because I kind of was depressed for 3 months,
Yeah.
4 months. Yeah, I was very, very much depressed, and it was hard for me to edit all of the content that she was in because I mean it was just hard. Like, I had so many adventures with her. We went everywhere together. She was traveling with me on my motorcycle. She was the reason why I bought the van. And so that's why I haven't really posted any YouTube videos about buying the van, and the whole beginning of the van build was because it was just hard to watch those videos back. But I'm healed now. I'm good. So
with that said,
So with that
like,
said,
Would, if it would be Sirena, would you take her on a trip if you would have a chance? If you would have a chance to travel with your rabbits, would you go with them?
yeah, for sure I would.
You see?
Yeah.
Like, for sure you would. It is very important, like, when you go to those questions, if you had an opportunity, would you do that? Because it would mean, like, if you're gonna go to Spain without her, would you feel that you missed your opportunity to travel with her? Would you sit there, I don't know, on watching the sunset and be like, oh, I wish Armandra were here?
Of course, yeah. That's the main reason why I'm kind of like
Does it
just
worth
want to
a
make it
couple
work
of $1,000?
no matter what. That's what I'm trying to weigh. Because if I had unlimited money, yes, but $2,000 is like a pretty big fraction of like what I have. So, and I don't want to like end up in a situation where I'm completely broke, which has never happened to me before, really. I always kind of have
Something.
yeah, I mean, I tried to never let it get to the point, like when my bank account reaches a certain level, people yelling.
That's okay.
We're outside of like a restaurant hostel, like on the beach right now.
They're
in a
yelling
van.
a little bit.
Yeah, so what was I?
Yeah, you were just thinking that you've been spending money and you were getting yourself to the point where you
What
would
is
have
happening?
They just decided to scream to get your attention.
Hey!
Oh.
Oh, they're trying to get inside.
They're trying to get water or whatever. Anyway,
Yeah.
again, I answered. It's okay. It's okay.
We're in a
Concentrate.
public
Concentrate.
in a public place on a public beach.
So
I know.
you never were letting yourself that low on money that you would need to survive off.
Yeah, so when my bank
Crumbs on the
account like
streets.
starts to get to a certain level, I pretty much like take a pause and I figure out a way to like make money. Either I like take on a job or like I post more videos on TikTok and
So
I
how
get
much
paid
would
from
you
TikTok
panic if
or whatever.
if all the
But I
money
take
you
a
have would be
pause,
like,
you know.
Yeah, if your money would ever drop below $1,000 on your
That would I would never let that happen. I don't think. I hope
how do you
that would
feel
never
like
happen.
how do you feel with that when I am pronouncing something like that? How do you feel? like, Imagine your
like
bank
I only
account
have
and you have
$1,000 to my name. That happened to me once in college, actually.
Tell me about this.
The only time my bank account has had $20 in it was when I started going to this private university, St. Olaf College, and it was so expensive. I spent everything that I had saved, like
You
through
paid
high
for
school.
your education.
Yeah. So everything that I had saved, I spent. I had scholarships, but like tuition at St. Olaf was $53,000 per year. So even with 75% of my tuition covered by like FAFSA and scholarships and everything, I still had to pay, I think it was, I took out like a $6,000 loan and then I paid $12,000 out of pocket, so $6,000 per semester. And I think
How were you working? How old were you?
18.
And you were making the money to pay for your education.
Well, I started working when I was like 16, so I started like saving and everything. I worked like at a pizza place and then I got a serving job at some point. Or I was always trying to get into the service industry because I knew there was like money in it, but I was a dishwasher for a while and I was like really trying to get into the service industry. And I got a bartending license, which I never used, but yeah, so I saved that. I also did get some money from family for my graduation party. So I made like maybe $2,000 in my graduation party. So I had that, and honestly, I don't even know how I managed that. That was crazy. But anyways, $6,000 I had to spend in order to go to university. I had to pay the tuition, and then I had $20 in my bank account. So that must have been the only money I had.
Imagine that. So
$6,000.
you did had, even with this experience, you do already have it. And when you have an experience of getting
Wait,
through
yeah,
it,
so
how
I
did
started,
you get back? Like, how did you
I went
get
and I got a
to-
job. I went to a restaurant in town and I asked them for a job and that I can start right away. And so I would go to my classes and then I would start serving. And I didn't have to spend money on food because the tuition and everything covered lodging and food. So I didn't have to like pay anything more out of pocket. It was like $6,000. That's how much, whatever, that covers everything. And so I just started working and I started saving, and somehow I managed to get that next $6,000 in like 4 months.
Somehow, by working somehow, I started working and managing and saving money, and somehow, ta-da, there is.
Yeah.
So
and
you
then-
have this experience of having almost absolutely no money, $20 on bank account. It's not much. It is something though.
Oh my gosh, it was so scary though. I remember like looking at my bank account and seeing like it was literally like $22 or something like that.
Okay, if you
It's
would end up,
crazy.
you were 18.
Yeah.
If you would end up with $20 today on your bank account, what would you do?
Well, I would hit up my environmental consulting company and I would be like,
What can you do like in one
I
day
wanna
to
work.
have money? So for example,
in one day,
yeah.
I don't, that would be the easiest way, I think, would just be to, well, in one day, how could I make money in one day? Well,
It's actually a very good exercise because you had this experience of getting money, but also
I could sell
you
jewelry at the
gained
markets.
a lot of years
Yeah,
of
that's
experience
what I would do.
by like what do you
No,
do?
I would
And
get a serving job. I would go maybe to like Alia's place, or I
Okay.
would go to any of the restaurant businesses here, and I would get a job.
How would you make $6,000? You have $20 on your bank account. Let's repeat this. Like, let's mentally repeat the experiment you made when you were 18, when you made it from 20 to 6,000. How would you do it right now by having all your resources? You have your followers, you have your Instagram, YouTube, TikTok, you have yourself, you have your skills. Let me remind you, you can do jewelry, you can do wood, you can make a chair or a shelf, you can sew, you can cook, you
True.
can make bread, you can like
Yeah, I would
what would
probably.
be your
What I would do if I only had $20 in my bank account, I do have like materials and everything to make jewelry. That would be the easiest thing that I could do. I would make my jewelry and I would sell it on Instagram to my followers, which is something that I already have done. So I would do that. I would just probably use social media because that's the biggest, like, kind of,
Mhm.
I don't know, that's the thing that I built up so that I could have that kind of like
So
security.
for how long would you be
marketing.
able to stay only with $20 and not solving it?
I would solve it pretty quickly because
How many hours would it take you to get a 2 number to 3 number on your account?
probably about 10 minutes.
Okay, so 10 minutes.
Yeah.
Like with all the years of your experience, now currently with resources you built, it's gonna take you 10 minutes to grow your number on the bank account from 2 numbers, from $20 to 3 numbers, which might be any 3 numbers. You're not talking about $100. It might be whatever 3 numbers. 10 minutes.
Oh, by the way, I forgot to mention for all of you watching, so lives have this little button right here where you can send me a little gift or like a sticker or something like that. So if you would like to, if you're enjoying this live and you want to see more of these, please send me a little gift. That would be Almendra's travel fund.
Actually, what if you're gonna do this sort of challenge? Like, you would make it even more complicated for yourself. You like complicity. So you go
Okay.
and you open your account and you put $20 and you go overseas.
Like a
with-
challenge
Yeah.
where I go overseas with no money.
Yeah.
I don't think that that would be. I already tried to do that with Puerto Viejo.
I think it's too much though.
No,
I
I don't
think,
think
like
it's very
like
difficult.
it doesn't make sense because first of all, it would take you 10 minutes to bring yourself back to 3 numbers at least, and then you already gained this experience for something not to be there again if you don't want to. What you gain with experience is a choice. So why would you consciously make a choice?
To be in
to
a
downgrade
difficult
that-
position
to
that
be
I've
in the
already been in, that
difficult-
I've already worked through, and I've learned my lesson of
Yeah.
like that's too stressful. I don't want to do that again. I don't want to
So
spend
why would you go and travel with the
100%
cats?
of my money. Yeah, if it puts me in a stressful situation.
What
like
is
that.
the difference between traveling with the cats, because that's a stressful situation, and between having no money and putting yourself in a position where you have $20 and that's the only resource you have? So those are challenges like similar level but not same. What is the difference for you psychologically and how do you feel about it? Why would it be different?
I guess in the college situation, I knew that I already had shelter and food, so I was safe. So
You would
because I
have
had already
that.
paid tuition, I had shelter, I had food, and so there was kind of a sense of safety. So now, like, even though I'm starting from zero, I'm starting work tomorrow as a server. So I'm going to, as long as I have food and shelter covered, like, I'm safe.
Hey, do you guys
So-
get locked in here all night or what?
What?
Do you guys get locked in or what? How do you get out?
How do you get out?
You don't get out from where?
The gate.
Not the bar, but is there another way to exit?
Oh, you just follow this road and you get out of the main road.
Thank you so much.
You're welcome.
Again, we are in.
Do
We're
we get
outside
locked
of.
out from?
I was so confused. I was like, get locked out of my
we
van.
we are literally sitting home right now, locked out. What?
Oh, somebody had commented that they love how I have like 2 beds in my van.
Yeah.
I intentionally built this van to have. I have like a
such a-
pull-out couch on the bottom, so it's like a couch right now with a table. Like maybe I can show you a little bit. What my setup is.
sí, también. Español también con
It's so dark. I will have to do a live during the day when you can actually see. But then up here I have like a lofted bed. So I was like sleeping in this lofted bed before I had this anything down here finished. Like I wanted to get that done first, so at least I have a bed to sleep on. I have shelter, I have a bed. We're good. And then I decided I wanted to do like a pull-out couch situation because I want to have like an office space kind of, so I can like put my computer here.
Oh, this person isn't even here. He said this. The 2 beds was him. I think there were several people, but that's nice.
Oh, yeah, 2 bed thing. It's also, it makes it really nice if I want to travel with friends. That was like a big thing that I had in mind with the design of this van. Is I can support 3 people in here. So hey, if I, was traveling with, my future family, like my future husband and child, I totally could. Like, I'm setting these things up a little bit, creating my ideal situation. So, anyways, but yeah, no, I wanted to have like an office space here, like a table that folds out, so I can work. But then also, I didn't want to sacrifice the like laying close to the outdoors type of thing, because then the lofted bed, like you don't wake up to a sunrise, you're kind of like tucked in over there. Like I have windows there, but you're kind of like, I don't know, whatever. The thing I love about my other van is that I can like chill with my back doors open and see the ocean like right in front of me, and I can be comfortable, I can relax. Anyways, we are off topic.
That's like a side topic. So,
Oh, did Monica post her video just now? Yeah, she did. Okay, I watched her video, but I wasn't sure if she had posted it. So yay, I'm so happy that she did that. It was a really cute video. So we were both kind of vlogging at the same time, and we were gonna post like separate videos, but I love her videos so much that I don't even think I want to edit my own.
maybe it's fine.
Maybe I will, but maybe like
in one video for 2 people, right?
yeah, me and Hannah Duggan did that actually. We both posted like our individual videos like kind of around the same time, and it was interesting because it was like a different perspective, like coming from her eye versus mine. And like I have a lot of videos, like a lot of like personal vlogs that I was doing about the van build during that time, so it would be a very different video. But I'm so behind on content right now. Like I'm about to post a video of when I got arrested in Nicaragua with my cat when I was traveling with Sirena. So I did that. I traveled with my cat already once.
And you
with
got
Sirena,
arrested.
And I got arrested for having a drone. Actually, it
Not
wasn't
for
for
having a
having a cat. Yeah.
Yeah, but having a cat wasn't legal as well.
Well, I didn't have a health document for her, so I didn't go fully prepared. So I just decided to risk it. But I was crossing borders with a car, like with a vehicle. So in my mind, I was like not taking it too seriously. It was like, well, I can just kind of like shove her somewhere, whatever. We're not getting on a plane. Well, actually, we did get on a plane, but once we were in Nicaragua already, we brought her, and they didn't charge me anything for that, actually.
So, according to this experience, sometimes it might be okay. It might be less hard than you imagine, because in Nicaragua they haven't charged anything. Like,
yeah, that is true. But yeah, crossing on foot was actually, it ended up being
maybe they don't
complicated,
charge
though.
anything additional if you travel inside the European Union or something like that. So maybe you can.
Maybe. Does
Maybe
anybody
it's
know?
an option, because if they're gonna like, because I think people should travel with animals inside of the European Union. Like if you go from one country to another, they don't even check your documents or passport or something. You can easily have a dog or a cat inside of a car, because people wouldn't really check it, because there are no like actual borders.
In Europe?
Yeah.
Well, yeah, if I'm traveling in a vehicle.
So I
it
think
would be
maybe
fine.
you can, if you have.
Oh, even if I'm traveling on a train or a bus,
Yeah.
people travel with their dogs and cats.
Yeah.
So maybe flights are complicated within Europe.
So
but
once
like,
you get to Europe, you maybe can travel around. That might be nice content. You would really enjoy it.
yeah, no, I think once I get to Europe, everything will be okay. It's just the getting to their part, which I'm stressed about because of the upfront costs of health certificates, flights, and also just it being something new that I've never done before, and me kind of having a fear of them denying me and not having the right documents or the right paperwork, or them
Yeah.
overcharging me, and or them potentially saying like, no, you can't do this, and then I lose money
But
basically,
then,
and I just can't go. So I just spent all of that money and risked it for nothing, pretty much. But then in that situation, I come back to Costa Rica and I start from zero again, which I've already done. I just did that like 4 months ago, like when mechanically I lost a whole bunch of money because I had lent my van to some friends, and the motor overheated. There were a bunch of damages, and I had to drop like $2,000 or something and wait for 2 months to get my van back, and all my stuff was in my van. So I was pretty much just like a backpacker in Costa Rica again, because I didn't have my vehicle or anything more than just a backpack. And that just happened. That was like in April or something. So
just a bunch of emoji.
okay, this person is spamming a little bit with the emojis. Anyways, what was I talking about?
You were just trying to understand, like, how complicated would it be even if you would spend this amount of money, $1,000?
Like, let's
just
say they
that
turn me
way
away.
there. So
Yeah,
what
so-
would happen if something gonna get wrong? Can there be something what gonna go wrong?
Yeah, so
Would
they
you end
so
up
let's say
spending, like,
I pay
millions?
I pay like $1,000 for like all the documents and the tickets and whatever, and I get to Europe or the plane or whatever, and they say no, like you can't do this, you don't have the right whatever, and so they say no, and I lose my ticket, and I have to fly. I have to spend money to go back to Costa
Yep.
Rica, and so potentially I could lose like $2,000 doing that, and then once I come back to Costa Rica, I would lay low for a while and try and get my funds back up, and just kind of like take on environmental jobs and work and
Another
not
question
spend a
here
lot of
is,
money.
would you be more motivated to record things which are happening to you if you would be with Almendra in Europe?
Yes. The thing is, if I go to Europe with Almendra,
Because if you go
like-
without her, what would you record? You're gonna go to this Camino without her, or you would wait until you're gonna be able to go with her?
I wouldn't feel as motivated to hike the Camino de Santiago.
Would you
if
even
it
hike
wasn't
it
with
at
her.
all without Almendra?
No, I
For,
probably
like-
would just party. Like.
Okay, so the choice here is that has been a different choice all this time. We are talking about different things now. So choice number one is you going with Almendra and you going like hiking and challenging yourself and recording everything, making the content out of that, and taking the first cat to the side of Camino, or you go into Spain and you make a bunch of friends.
But
you
well,
meet your
basically,
people,
I would
you
go there
party,
just to
and you
retrieve the
relax.
money. That's what I would do. I would go to Spain with the mission of like, I just need to take the money from the bank that I left, get my $3,000 or $4,000, and then
And you go
maybe
back.
just like visit old friends and stuff, just like
Okay,
say
so
hi. But
also-
I don't think I would make content out of it.
So
Like, I
also
don't think I
then
would
it
film
would mean you
much.
would not stay there for 3 months if you go alone.
No,
you
because if
just
I
go
left
take
her
money.
here, yeah, if I left her here, I wouldn't stay for very
Okay, even better now. So you go now to Europe, you just spend 1,000 for yourself to go there, and to return for the return ticket you would spend around 1,000, and then you have around 3,000 on your account. So you end up with money, you don't spend anything, you meet with several friends, and you come back and you continue recording your life here. And
In
you
Costa
might
Rica,
take Almendra
yeah.
and go to Mexico or to United States.
I don't think it's complicated to take a cat to the United States, I think. Even more complicated than going from Mexico to Europe. But yeah, that is a potential thing. It's just kind of like I'm trying to take advantage of the fact that I need to go to Europe to
Yeah,
get
so
this
you're trying
money.
to record
I'm
more
trying to do like
content
everything
and
all at
things.
once, like make it worth my time, like kind of invest the money in like recording something really cool, like a really cool experience, which would be like hiking, doing something crazy, like hiking a trail
Do
with
you
my
have
cat
this energy because you're still editing videos
from the past
from
year.
the past year?
That's
Do
the
you
thing.
have this energy to record all this and to edit and to put it out there? Or would you be drained after this trip and you would need several months of recovery after walking the Camino, and it would be a mostly live content of you walking the Camino with your cat? So how, because
I mean,
as
eventually.
a person who
here's
is
the-
used to
but here's the
challenges,
thing.
you would always be like, no, that's okay, nothing gonna happen, that's fine, that's chill. But like traveling around is just reliving the immigrant experience when you go to a new country where you don't know anybody, where you need to rebuild your life from scratch.
Yeah, but I know Spain. Like, I lived in Spain already, so it wouldn't be as stressful. It's not like I'm going to a new country completely that I've never been to. I already know how things function there. And also, going back there, a lot of things would come back to me. And I actually speak Spanish now. When I moved to
that's
Spain,
true.
when I first moved to Spain, I didn't know any Spanish. I just, like, arrived, and I remember trying to use the metro for the first time. And I couldn't understand anything on the screen. It was like very complicated, and I was like, oh my god, I don't know how to do this. So I just asked the first person that I knew, like, hey, like, do you speak English? Like, can you help me get a ticket for this? I'm trying to go here. Here's the map. Like, I remember feeling so like stressed of like, but I was like, I know I can do this. Like, this is challenging, but if I just ask enough people for help, eventually I will get to my destination. And that's kind of like, since that experience, that's just how I've moved through life of like even if it's difficult, I just ask people for help. If I don't know something, if I don't know where something is, I don't know how to do something, somebody does. Somebody lives there. There's always locals. So anyways, now I'm going back there and I have that experience. I don't even really necessarily have to ask people for help unless I really need to. Like, I know how the metro works. I know how the
It's
train
gonna
works.
be easier
I know.
for you a little bit to ask people for help.
Yeah, it's not difficult. The only difficult part about it now is the fact that I'm going to be doing all of that with a cat. So I'm going to have to consider. I mean, I can take her to green spaces to pee and poop. Like, there's parks everywhere in Spain.
There are parks. Madrid is a nice place and it wouldn't be that hot at this time. It would be okay.
Yeah, the weather will be nice.
Like, this is convincing, but it's just okay, well, let's imagine another situation. You are going alone. You're not taking a mentor. You're leaving her in Costa Rica, in San Jose, in a place where she's been before. And you go to Mexico, and then you go to Europe, and you take your money, you go meet with friends, you come back to Costa Rica. What then? What would you do?
Well, then I would continue building out the van because
How
the
inspired
project
do you
is.
feel about it from 1 to 10 currently when we changed it into those frames?
I mean, I would be happy with it either way
You don't
because
sound happy.
the thing is, I feel like I need a break from the van build. Like, I feel extremely burnt out from this project just because of how many obstacles I've had to pass through and all of the unexpected challenges of having a vehicle in Costa Rica, finding a good mechanic, finding the supplies, like building things by myself, or like, you know, finding somebody that can help me with something, somebody reliable, like everything. And I'm trying to, it's an art project at the same time. So like, I don't want to rush it necessarily. Like, I could just like keep my countertop how it is, but I want to do a mosaic tile, like a mosaic pattern or whatever. I could just lay tile regularly on the countertop if I want to, just white tile, have a white countertop, but I don't want to. I want to do something something different. I want to make a mosaic because that's like a cool craft. That's a cool skill. So, and I already got a bunch of like broken tile that I found in the trash. Like, the goal for this van is to be an art project.
Would you
And
feel like
I can't rush. Like, I feel burnt out on it right now, and
okay,
that's what's
also an
making
important point.
that's what's making it difficult for me to stay motivated and continue working on it. Like, I've been in Puerto Viejo for what, 2 weeks, and I haven't done anything on the van. And I kind of had the intention of like, I at least want to finish the countertop and hook up the water system, and I haven't done it because I don't know. I feel like unmotivated about it right now. And so I feel like going to Europe will just kind of like switch it up, and maybe also if it's a really difficult trip, like going to Mexico. The last time I went to Mexico, it was so like, there's so much trash and it smelled bad and it was like kind of dirty where I was in Tulum. And I had a really amazing time, but I was
I'll meet you there.
but I was dreaming about coming back to Costa Rica. I was like this is fun and all for 1 week, but I can't wait to be back in Costa Rica where I feel peace, I feel calm, like I just want to go home. And so if I go to Europe or I do some traveling elsewhere, like it's going to kind of refresh my mind and be like, okay,
Mhm.
I'm ready to come back to Costa Rica and continue my project, I think. I hope. Unless
Okay,
like
so-
something unless
you
something
do-
else comes up, like a new adventure, and then I just like don't come back for a while. Maybe I
Yeah,
go
just
to meet
go
somebody.
To Bali.
That would be cool.
With your cat.
With my cat. Yeah. Like I could end up
That's
in like
just
a
crazy,
different
like
country.
how your appearance change, like how happy you get when you talk about traveling with cat, and how sad you get about continuing the work on your van in Costa Rica and just going back. Like, let's check it again. You're gonna go and travel with your cat.
To
You go-
Bali, for example. Like imagine.
Okay, now imagine you're going alone. The cat stays here. The cat stays here. You go without cat.
Well,
Kata.
because I would
you
be
go
worried
alone
about
to
her.
Mexico. You go alone, and then you go alone to Spain, and you just spend all the time.
I don't even want to go. Like I don't even want to go to Spain. Like when
You
I
take
think
your
about
cat and you
that.
go to Mexico, and you go with your cat to Spain as well, and you go to Camino de Santiago.
Yeah.
This is funny. You start smiling. It's like your face just goes from.
It just sounds like, I don't know, and like I just like the idea of me not worrying about.
I'll
her
take the
being
cat. You
here.
go without the cat. Okay.
But then,
I think
like-
this looks like an answer though, because it just
I
you would
know.
feel incomplete.
But I know sometimes though, like for example, I bought this van and it's a project that I need to complete. Like, am I procrastinating by going to Spain with her and doing this whole other side quest? Am I procrastinating? Because I started this project and I need to finish it.
You're not paid for this job.
Yeah, but I mean, like, I don't like
Like,
half-finished projects necessarily.
Procrastinating on something what requires money investment. That sounds interesting. Like,
But it kind of is though, because once I complete
yeah,
once I
you
complete the van,
what?
and then I have a lot of editing I need to do. That's all incomplete projects. Is like all
Yeah.
of the filming that I've
You would probably
done.
not do much editing in Spain or in Mexico,
Unless I stay in Mexico for a little bit longer.
unless you hire somebody to edit your videos.
I mean, I don't know. I can kind of edit on the go though.
No.
That has happened. That I've actually been successful with doing that. And in fact, when my life is more crazy and I have more going on and I'm fully like immersed in the nomadic experience, like when I did the motorcycle trip, my brain kind of does a little bit better at time management, because I only have a certain amount of time to be in a coffee shop or be in a safe place to edit something
Mhm.
and get it out. So I kind of delegate, like, okay, this is the time that I spend editing or working remotely or whatever. And then because I have to go next week, I have a flight next week, like this is my only time to do this. And so it actually puts pressure on me a little bit to get things done faster. Like, whenever I'm too comfortable, like in Pejivaye, when I stayed there for 8 months, like I was productive the first like month or 2 months, 3 months or whatever, and then I started feeling, I don't know, like I wasn't releasing videos every week still. Like I was, thinking like, oh, I have all of this time, like I can relax, I've been on a crazy adventure, like I can chill, and then I don't end up getting as much done with like editing. Versus when I was on the motorcycle road trip for 3 whole months, granted I was like taking pauses for 1 week, 2 weeks in different places. During those 2 weeks that I would stay somewhere, I was editing the whole time and releasing something before moving on to the next part of the adventure. It was like, okay, the goal is to edit and post this part of the adventure and then move on to the next thing. But I was a little bit more caught up. Now I'm so behind.
You would have time on a plane.
Yeah, that's true. I would have a 10-hour flight.
That's what? You could edit.
Yeah. Also, you know what I would probably do is hold off on all of the Costa Rica videos and just start from the Camino de Santiago. Van up to Texas. I gotta shop and we'll fix it up. I wish it was. It wouldn't make it. It wouldn't make it to Texas. Let's put a little bit more light. Hola, Pablo. I could actually leave Almendra with Pablo. What do you think about that, Pablo?
Yeah, write your comment for 3 months.
For 3 months, potentially? No, that's ridiculous. Like, that's a crazy ask to leave my cat with somebody for 3 months. Like, I could never feel good about that, even if they were totally okay with
But
it.
you would not go for 3 months if you would leave her here. You would just go for
I know, but that's
You
the
would not
thing,
stay
is
there.
like,
So you're
I
choosing
don't, but
here.
I want freedom again. Like, that's the
Yeah.
thing, is like, I feel a little bit trapped in Costa Rica right now. And it's like, that's why I want to bring her with me, because then I won't have this pressure to come back in like a certain amount of time. I can, like, if I want to be in Europe a little bit longer, I can be, because she's with me. If I want to travel to another country, she's going to be with me. And so I would figure out how to do it, But right now, like, the place that I'm in, where like I have this like big expense, which is working on my van, and which selling it is not an option. It's like filled with my stuff in here. Like, I literally built a house and I brought things.
That's too early to
from
sell.
Florida.
I think you might get more inspired when you're gonna be back, but probably, like, the choice here is between accomplishing your dream, which is traveling together with the cat and going for crazy adventures abroad with the cat. Look, you're lighting up. You're like, oh my god, that's my dream. And between going there, accomplishing a task, taking the money out of the bank account, and going back and continuing the work of your van adult life. So,
it sounds
like,
so boring. Like,
your
it would be like,
facial and
like,
physical
I don't want to
reactions are
travel.
so against it.
I don't
even
want
though
to
it's-
travel to Europe just to do this like task. Like, I want to make it fun. Like, I want to like be excited about it. I
By
don't want to
making
like.
it fun, you mean spending additional several thousands of dollars on your cat certificates and being stopped at the airports and double checked. Maybe you have like drugs with your cat or something. Just crazy thing. That's more fun.
Yeah, exactly. Like,
yeah, that's
the
zero
reason.
convincing.
Here's the thing, is like, the reason why I haven't gone back to Spain in, what is it? It's been 3 years now?
It's been 3 years because you don't want
4
to go.
years? No, it's been like 4 years since I've been in Spain.
Because you would be no adventure.
Because I like don't really want to go back that badly. Like,
so you would feel actually.
but I have to, because I have money there, and like I can't just like let that money just go to waste and just like let it sit there. Like,
So you are
I have to go back.
You're taking Almendra with you as emotional support to get the money out of the bank,
Yeah.
as you don't want to
pretty
do it
much.
alone. That's kind of cute.
That is kind of cute.
I went to Spain and I took my cat just to take money out of my bank account because I don't want to do it alone.
I mean, I'm not gonna be alone when I get there. Like, I'm gonna stay with
But not
friends.
with your
and,
cat.
like, yeah, I will be with my cat though. It's just like, like I want to be like the reason why I haven't gone back to Europe in 4 years is because I don't feel excited about like spending money on a trip to Europe just to get the money out. Like it just sounds boring. Like it's not like a fun enough mission for me to like pause my life in Costa Rica to
Yeah,
like
and
do
you
this
are not
thing.
into festivals. You don't want to go to some like crazy hippie festivals in Europe.
I mean,
or-
okay, the festivals in Spain, like
I
summer
can't
in
imagine
Spain
you at a
sounds
festival
fun.
for a week.
No, I'm not really a huge fan of festivals, and I
No.
also like Spain is really has really fun parties. Like it is very fun, but I'm just not really interested in the party lifestyle right now. Like at this point in my life, like I kind of I don't even like alcohol. I mean, like, yeah, you can, like, go to parties and, like, not drink and whatever. And, like, the fun part is, like, meeting people. Like, you do meet a lot of people. But, like, I don't know. When
You
I was,
don't look inspired.
when I
you
was,
talk
like,
about
meeting people partying, it's like, I don't know. Those aren't necessarily, like, people you meet at a party or at a bar drinking or, like, whatever. Like, that's not necessarily, like, the environment of meeting. Maybe you can meet somebody inspiring. Like it's always possible. In Europe, like at those like little wine bars and stuff, I would meet like interesting people and I would meet artists
Would
and
you
all
go
of
with
that.
Almendra into wine bars?
Um, I mean,
I kind of want to see that.
I would want to. Like,
You're taking Almendra and just walking with a glass of wine. Oh, that's my cat. I brought her from Costa Rica.
yeah, that would be so cute. I would love that. I mean, that's what I love about
That
traveling with her
inspires you
within
so
Costa
much.
Rica.
It's kind of sad to cut it away and say, like, Katya, you would spend so much money of this unknown outcome. You would spend more money than you have on your Spanish accounts just to take a cat with you. But all this makes you so happy when you imagine yourself walking a bar in Madrid with a cat, which you brought from Costa Rica.
Can you imagine?
I can. That's why I'm like,
Like,
you look so happy imagining this.
I hope it's even possible. Like, does anybody know how possible it is to, wait, at what time of the year do you want to? I do have a question. If anybody here can answer it, like, how possible is it to actually bring a cat into like a tapas place or a wine bar? Wait, but they always have like the outdoor seating areas in Spain.
Yeah.
Always.
So
Like
it
you
should
can
be possible.
always like
It's
sit
on a
outside,
leash.
even if they can't, even
It's
if they
not
can't
a
go
dog. You
inside.
don't need like a how it's called
A Muslim.
a muzzle.
Yeah, and like, if she gets crazy or whatever, I have the cat backpack. So like, she has like a place that's gonna
But that's
have
kind
her
of
like
cute. You're
comfy
gonna be in
thing.
this bubble backpack and you're gonna be in a wine bar.
Yeah. And,
Sounds
or
like-
and she does pretty well with like sitting next to me, like with the leash and everything. Like she's calm. She's sitting there. Like I order like an egg for her, and like she eats the egg happily
Yeah.
while I like enjoy my food, and that really does make me happy. And also,
It
you know,
does.
and
I
it's a
can see that.
conversation starter. Like Almendra is a really good way to like make friends. Like how many people like approach me
You
because
done
I
that
have a
before.
cat.
Yeah.
Like the same reason why, I mean that's, yeah, the same reason why I was like traveling with a guitar that I didn't even know how to play at that time is because like it's
You
a
can
way to
take
connect with
balalaika
people.
with you.
No, I would not take
no,
a balalaika
no, that's
with
what
me.
you just choose one weapon. Only a cat is okay.
Don't worry about it. I'm hungry. I take my golden retriever into any restaurant because I'm hungry. I don't care. True.
Okay.
I mean, that's a good point. I am picturing myself right now in Europe, like just getting off of the plane or just getting off of the metro, and I'm starving, and I'm like, I just need food. I don't really give a shit, and I just make it happen. I mean, there's food everywhere. So I would figure
It
it
sounds
out.
pretty convincing to me, even though you would spend more money than you have.
I have a credit card too, if anything. Like
you
if
can
I
go and
if I go over, I can always, like worst case scenario, which I hope would not happen. I hope to not spend all of the money in my checking account and my savings account. But if for some reason, anyways, I put everything on credit anyways, but if for some reason I can't pay off my credit card for that month, I can just pay the minimum balance, which is, I mean, I hate that there's like a 30% interest charge if you don't pay it in full. But it is an option, like to pay the minimum.
Are you
And then-
actually planning to go that low on budget while traveling with Almendra? That you
No,
would
I'm not
be
planning on it,
need for
but
that?
no, I'm
How
just
are you planning
thinking
to make
of,
money on the road? Okay, let's like the real question. How would you earn money if you are going with Europe to Europe with your cats? How would you make money on the road? What would make your balance sustainable?
I mean, I would probably do what I'm doing now, which is the same thing. Like, I would make content and post it on TikTok and
So
YouTube.
does it
and,
mean you would keep on earning money
um,
in some way?
yeah, and or if I like really need money, I would do another environmental report and just like
So
stay
you probably
somewhere
would
and-
survive somehow.
I mean, yeah, I would survive. I wouldn't die.
Okay. So that so far, like, I can see you being very happy when we talk about you traveling with the cat, and you really seem to be unhappy. You probably would. You might end up not going to Europe at all if you would go without Almendra. You would go to Mexico and you come back and you.
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah, I would just go to
I
Mexico
like,
and come back.
yeah, I don't see you even going to Madrid. So the real question here is, another real question is, do you really want to go to Europe right now? You need to.
Eventually, I need to. Like, I can't keep putting this off.
So
And this is like, here's the thing, is this is the perfect opportunity for me to go to Europe because I can't fly with Almendra directly from Costa Rica to Spain because of the documents. Like, I need a specific document that would take months and $1,000. It's super expensive. It's like a rabies titer test thing that I would have to send a blood sample to the US and then they would have to send it back. It could take 3 months, very expensive. So either way, I cannot fly directly to Europe from Costa Rica. So if I want to go to Europe in the future, like, I would have to go through Mexico anyways. And I already have this plan to go to Mexico because of my friend Hayden's birthday party. So no matter what, I'm going to Mexico for this birthday party.
okay.
And so it just seems like now is the opportunity to make the Spain trip happen because I'm already halfway there.
And you were
Like-
talking about this Camino de what?
De Santiago.
De Santiago. You were talking
I've been
about
talking about it for
several
7 years. Like, yeah.
So the question is here, do you want to go there at autumn, at spring, or at summer?
I mean, fall is a really good time to be in Europe because there's not as much tourism and it's not super hot. Like, Spain can get really, really
Is
hot.
it
in the
better than
summer.
any other season?
I mean, spring is also a good time.
So you can choose now between spring and autumn. What will you choose?
It's just that I'm already like going to Mexico. So like if I went in
So
the
you chose
springtime,
this time. Okay, so
in the springtime, if I go, like if I wait until next year. The other thing is I'm turning 30. I'm actually turning 30 in the spring of next year. And
so you would like to do this before 30.
Yeah.
So it sounds even like that's one more.
Like I
Stone
kind
on
of had like a
decision.
plan like in my mind when I turned 29. I was like, I need to do a crazy adventure before I turn 30, or I have to at least start like some kind of crazy adventure. And I was thinking to have my van finished and start going to South America.
Okay.
So,
So
but I can't. I'm not ready to do that right now because
would
I
you
have
like to make
like,
this
finish the
crazy
van.
adventure before you're 30 and take your cat to Europe and do Camino de Santiago and enter wine bars with your cat and say, "This is Almendra, I brought her from Costa Rica." Is that what you want to do before you're 30?
Yeah, because I
Okay.
can still do all those things and say I'm 29 and still feel young.
Okay.
I know 30 isn't old, but I'm scared of it. Like, I'm scared.
That's okay.
Because I'm still living my life as if I'm 22. I don't know. Well, not really. But yeah.
Yeah, your 22 was rough. That's why you started working at 16, or what was it?
Yeah, but no, 22 was the funnest year of my life because I moved to Spain, and Spain was like a new experience that was super fun. Um,
It sounds like a decision from this point, like even though financially it might be uncomfortable, but emotionally you do seem to be very happy about an opportunity to take Almendra with you. And you do seem extremely unhappy to go at all without her. So you might end up not going to Europe at all if not her.
Probably not, because if I don't go to Europe now with Almendra, then all my focus is going to be on building the van so that
Yeah.
I can go to South America. Because
Yeah.
the goal of building the van is to, which also is going to
But
be a
then
really
you would
big
become
expense.
30 next year before doing something crazy.
Yeah, because the van I don't think is going to be finished by the time.
I don't think you're gonna
My
be
birthday.
somewhere like.
No, because I'm also content with Costa Rica and I'm kind of comfortable here. And so I don't feel like,
But there's a time limit. If you go to Europe, you're gonna have only a certain amount of months
yeah,
because it's gonna get cold.
yeah. I mean, that's true.
And then you're gonna have this crazy adventure on
But
your list.
I could go to Greece. I've been wanting to go to Greece for forever. And imagine going with my cat to Greece.
You look enlightened.
I've been, like, Spain is whatever because I already have the experience of like 2.5 years living in Spain. So that's why I don't feel as excited to go. And oh, also, before I had Almendra, my other idea for retrieving my money in Spain was to go to Spain and buy a motorcycle
Mm-hmm.
and then travel around the Mediterranean
What
on my
about that?
motorcycle.
Going to Spain, buying a motorcycle, and traveling with your cat?
with my cat. Well, the problem with that, so I really wanted to do it, but the problem with it is if I don't have a visa, I can't actually buy a vehicle. I mean, I could buy a scooter, maybe, or I would have to buy a vehicle and it would have to be in somebody else's name because legally, like, you need to be a resident in order to buy a vehicle in Europe. So I really loved the idea of buying a vehicle in Spain and then riding it all the way to Greece and then selling it in Greece
Mm-hmm.
and then coming back to Costa Rica or wherever, doing the next thing. Who knows where that could lead me. But it just seemed a little bit complicated with logistics of like buying things in Europe, the rules of like licenses and all of that. So I don't know, I kind of lost motivation with that plan. But I knew I needed something epic, like something cool to do with that $3,000 that I have in Spain,
Do you
which has
have
just been
any
sitting
other
there.
things on the mind as epic as taking Almendra with you? Is there anything as equally, what is it? Equally epic? Do you have anything as epic on your mind?
Just a motorcycle trip, I guess.
Okay, so you have only two options. Option number one, going with Almendra, and option number two.
But I can't
Going
do the
alone,
motorcycle thing alone without Almendra because Almendra is going to be in Costa Rica and I'm going to be worried about her and I'm not going to be able to really like take my time with like
So you can't
everything.
do anything epic before you're 30 if not this trip.
I mean, I can always get creative. But I mean, I've done everything in Costa Rica already, so it's not doesn't feel epic to me anymore. I mean, finishing the van and getting caught up on all of my content sounds practical and sounds very satisfying.
Doesn't
And
sound
nice.
epic.
Doesn't sound epic. Yeah.
What could you do? What other epic things could you do before you're 30?
Before I'm 30. What other epic things? Does anybody have any ideas of what epic adventures I should do?
What is the like to-do list before 30 for a human being?
Yeah, so the things I've already done. I've built a van in Florida, I've built a van in Costa Rica, what else? I've lived in Spain, I taught English there, I traveled around Europe as a backpacker. I had actually my environmental job was even taking me places around the US. I was traveling for work too. I did that. Epic things. I climbed the Arenal volcano. I climbed a volcano in Nicaragua. I did like a 6-day hike 2 times from the highest point in Costa Rica to the coast. I bought a motorcycle and I took it from like all around all of Costa Rica by myself, camping on beaches, like foraging even, and like cooking food on a fire, like completely by myself. Um, the only like the next epic thing that makes sense to me is like taking this van through South America. Like it's either I take this van through South America, like I really push to like get this van done and take it through South America this year because I want to do something crazy before I'm 30. Even if it's not built completely, like even if it's not perfect, I could still do that. And it's going to be an expense because I have to ship it from Panama
So
to
it's gonna be
Colombia.
an expense anyway.
Yeah, I'm going to spend money on my weird, crazy
And you
adventures
still
no matter
need,
what.
and you still would need to make all the certificates for your cat.
Yeah. So that's something that I'm going to do
So
eventually.
either way, you would need to make this investment in the cat travel, and you would spend money on shipping your van, or on going to Europe, or on both. So there is no way you're gonna end up saving money. If this was one of the concerns, you end up spending thousands. Anyway, whatever you do, if you breathe,
Yeah. I mean,
high maintenance.
the only way that I could really save money is if I stay in one place and I get back onto a salary job and I like have some sort of consistent life and I do that for like a year, I guess.
You never done it in your life.
I did it for 8 months.
8 months doesn't
I
count.
did
You never,
it for 8 months.
you never done
Hey,
it in your life.
in those 8 months, I actually saved a decent amount of money for my next adventure. Like there's always like the next adventure in mind, you know, like I never think about like saving that money for like retirement or whatever, because I am retired ish, I guess. Like what would I do when I'm retired anyways, which is not different from what I already do. Like I already like relax and adventure and enjoy
Yeah.
a tropical beach. Like
Not risk scheduling life for future.
yeah, like I mean, I don't really see the I mean, I do want to have money set aside for maybe when I get really tired and I don't feel like hustling anymore, because I also do get phases now, like even now that I'm turning 30, where I do feel a little bit lower on energy, or just like I feel a little bit more beat down by life than I was when I was 23, I guess, or like when I first came to Costa
It's
Rica.
because you are capable of analyzing now. Your prefrontal part of the brain is formed,
Yeah.
and you can actually observe what you are doing in your life and not just acting out of impulse.
I mean,
That's okay. That's consciousness.
I think it's more that like
that's
I've
not
become.
physical. That's consciousness. That's a good thing.
I think it's more that I've become like a little bit more jaded, though, like because I've been through enough experiences with like people and like trusting people, trusting the wrong people.
Where do you start
like-
counting from? Are you counting last month?
This year just has been kind of rough, I think. I think this year has beat me down quite a bit. I think that's the real issue here, because last year when I first bought the van, I was rested. I was like
You
I was in
adopted
Costa
a cat
Rica.
and you raised it from this.
Yeah. And that kind of gave me some, like, I don't know, new motivation and new, like, I don't know, it made me excited.
Yeah, and it keeps on making you excited taking Almendra with you. You wanted to do it before. If you would be able to travel with rabbits, you would do that.
Yeah, that's true. So I guess maybe we should conclude all of this. By the way, if you guys would like to donate to Almendra's travel fund, there is like a little thing where you can send me a gift. Like if you want to send me $5 or whatever, like anything would help to make this dream happen of traveling to Europe, to Mexico and Europe with my cat. And who knows, maybe I do end up buying a motorcycle in Europe anyways and doing
Or a sailing boat.
motorcycle
Somebody offered to
road
live in a
trip.
sailing boat for a while. You might end up living on a sailing boat then.
I think if I make it to Greece,
There is like a website, Find a Crew, so you can be a crew of a
I know I'm
sailing-
part of that Facebook group because I kind of
There's a
have this vague
website.
idea that like once I get tired of van life, I want to buy a sailboat somehow. Like just like a shitty sailboat and like renovate it.
Don't buy a shitty sailboat and renovate it.
I mean, if I had the money to buy a really nice sailboat, I would do that. But like realistically, like if I would want to actually make that dream happen like in the immediate future, it would probably
It's a risk.
well, okay, obviously I wouldn't get one with hole in it. Like it would have a good foundation. I just mean like the inside maybe is like just kind of like needs some work or whatever. Like I can renovate the inside.
Okay.
And I would find enjoyment in renovating a sailboat for sure. And then I would live on the sailboat with my cat, of course, and I would learn how to sail. I do know a little bit about sailing, but I think that after van life, that's going to be the next adventure. So maybe I end up in Greece and I'm traveling in Greece, and then that's where I find like my sailboat. Like maybe it's a sailboat that just like nobody wants, and like who knows what could happen. I find like a sailboat that needs some work and somebody just wants to take it off their hands. And so I'm like, you know what? I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna live on a sailboat with my cat. And then I just do that for a while, and then
You
meanwhile,
might end up living on a sailboat in Greece for a while.
I mean, I can't stay in Europe for more than 3 months.
Yeah, but
so
living on a sailboat for a week just to see how it is.
that could be fun. I would, yeah.
It's possible.
Or even
It's
just
possible
camping. I
option.
kind of want to bring my camping gear with me to.
Can't anyone lend you a camping gear in Europe, so you wouldn't carry that much? A cat and also the camping stuff, that sounds like too much.
You don't think I should bring my tent with me to Europe?
I think you can find it there.
I mean, I would probably end up buying one, but
yeah,
it's like
that's fine.
I don't want to buy something that I already have. Like that's another expense, you know, preparing for
Isn't
the.
that pricey to buy a camping tent?
No, it's probably only like $40.
Okay,
Yeah, you're
and how
right.
pricey
Okay.
is it to restore your back after carrying all the weight? What is you cannot carry more than your own weight.
Okay, so I'm not gonna bring the tent. I'm gonna bring the least amount of things possible to Europe. So just
Because the cat would get bigger.
she's still growing, yeah. She's
Yeah.
gonna get heavier.
She's gonna get double.
But I want to find when I'm in Mexico, I want to find like a backpack that has wheels on it, so I can actually wheel her around instead of carrying her because I'm already gonna have a backpack. So with just the bubble backpack, getting to Mexico, because I don't know, I should have ordered this specific cat backpack thing on Amazon forever ago, but I kind of procrastinated on it, and then it takes longer for things to come to Costa Rica, and also I'm not really sure if it would come at all because I've never ordered anything on Amazon to
Yeah.
Costa Rica before. I just don't trust it. It's relatively new-ish here. So anyways, I'm going to travel to Mexico with her in the bubble backpack because it's a short flight. It'll be fine. And then when I'm in Mexico, I would like to stay there until I get all of her documents and also find a better backpack for her. Like I want to find, I think Amazon in Mexico, right?
You
Mexico
still
has
need
Amazon.
several weeks to wait.
Really?
Yeah, it's not that fast.
Well, I think the cheapest flight to Spain is like second week of October anyways. So I would be there for at least a couple weeks. But maybe there's stores, like Mexico City is huge. I could
Yeah.
probably find like a pet store that has this specific like cat backpack with wheels that I'm hoping to take to Europe. So that's the plan. Just get to
So-
Mexico first, because I don't even have her health document ready yet. Like I have to go back to San Jose and bring them the physical vaccination card so that they can make this official stamped document for me to be able to travel to Mexico with her. So I haven't even done that yet. So getting to
that's the
Mexico
plan.
is the part one. Like that's the first step. And then once I get to Mexico, I don't know, hopefully I can find somebody to stay with, or I can find somebody on couch surfing, or maybe a friend, or maybe I meet somebody, I don't know, like somewhere where I can kind of like relax for a second and not be super stressed about like where to stay, because that's the other thing, is staying in a hostel would be the cheapest option, but I don't know if a hostel would allow a cat. So, and Airbnbs
Yeah,
too. I don't know if an
complicated a little
Airbnb
bit.
would allow a cat. So I need to find somebody that would be able to host me with my cat, which I think it will happen. Like,
So
I
that's
think
a
I will
made
figure it out.
decision. Like after a while of this conversation happened, I don't know for how long we've been talking.
100
We
minutes.
we are closer to the decision that you actually should try to take Almendra with you, because this is something crazy you want to make before you are 30. That makes you happy. That makes you inspired. That's challenging, but it's okay.
So that's the conclusion, I guess. So I'm doing it.
For now, you would try to do that.
So I guess I'm gonna do it.
Are you sure?
I just
how
don't
do you-
really even see like any other
options.
option. I mean,
Yeah.
I can always change my mind, but
Do
I
you
need
feel
to.
afraid when
the
you say
thing
I'm
is, like,
doing it?
I need to. I mean, yeah, because I think about like all of the possible things that could go wrong,
Fear is
know,
a good thing.
and also the money. So I need to
Yeah.
decide basically within the next 24 hours, because I have to get the health document initiate, like that whole process. It needs to start tomorrow. Like, I need to figure out how to get that document to San Jose. I might have to drive to San Jose tomorrow
You can just send it by bus.
by bus.
Yeah.
How safe is that?
Everybody do that.
And it would take one day, right?
Yeah, several hours.
You know how to do that? You've done that before?
Just go to the bus station.
Okay. And then I put it in like a box or envelope or something
Yeah,
like that?
it's like the post. You can also ask at the post office, because it might take a day to send it by post.
Okay, so that's the mission for tomorrow, is figure out how to get this
That's
her
post
vaccine card
is
to
one
San
day, I
Jose.
think.
So I do that. Good night, Magda. Aw. I met her in Kabuya on my
Nice.
motorcycle road trip. She's from Poland.
Beautiful.
I can stay with you. Oh, in Kabuya. No, I can't go all the way to Kabuya. That would be too crazy. That's a whole adventure getting to Kabuya. I would love to, but it's not in the plans currently. If anybody knows anybody that lives in Mexico City and would like to host me and my cat, please let me know. Reach out to me on Instagram, preferably. Tropical Russian is my Instagram handle. Or put it in the comments. So
Yep.
that is going to conclude this live that has gone on for 107 minutes. I think the verdict is that I need to do whatever it takes to travel with my cat to Mexico and Europe.
Because it's just life is about making things that make you happy, that make you feel that if you're gonna die right now, you've done the best of what you could. Otherwise, it's a waste.
Yeah.
Because
I would like to die
it's all
with the
crazy, and
experience
it's all
of
like-
traveling with my cat through Europe.
the
Like,
most
I would like
crazy,
to-
the most
yeah.
crazy thing in life is aging anyway. You would never be as young as today, and other things, and just getting older is crazy because so many people don't ever survive that long. So
That's true.
with that said and known, maybe it does worth it, making things that create fear in you and that makes you inspired, because fear is something what is like highlighting the interest or the places where energy is hidden. It's like an indicator that you are going in a right direction, which is
fear is?
Yeah, because that's what you would feel before something like great or difficult happening. That was the feeling you felt when you started your YouTube channel or your TikTok or something, posting the very first thing or seeing that something is like not working or working.
Yeah, that's
Buying-
actually a really
Buying
good point.
a
I like that.
motorcycle, trying it for the first time, you like, what if it would never work out? Communicating with people, going somewhere without knowing the language. It's always the thought about what if it would not work out, because it probably would not. There is no way it could. That's what fear tells, and it's always the right direction, because when you feel fear, it's like something is there behind it, something very inspiring and liberating behind the fear. There is
That's
this,
true. Every time I've been afraid of doing something new and I've gotten onto the other side of it,
you are happy.
that was like always like the best moment of my life.
That's what makes people alive, just going where the fear lies. It's like, I'm so afraid to do this
I guess
thing.
that's why I constantly am doing all of these crazy adventures and scary things that are out of my comfort zone,
Yeah.
because of the gratification that I've consistently gotten from doing those things.
But there is no such a thing as a comfort zone at all in general. Like, what if is comfort zone? What is comfort? You are comfortable in this pose right now. For how long would you sit in this pose to be comfortable? At what, like, if you would like to have water or if you would like to pee or something, you would change the pose. So your comfort, your definition of comfort, gonna change.
Yeah, that is true.
So comfort zone is not a
Comfort
thing
is
to.
temporary. Comfort is always
is
temporary.
a process.
Like, you
looking
can
for-
be comfortable in your
Yeah.
bed at night, but in the morning you have to pee and you need food and you're suddenly uncomfortable.
Yep.
And so you have to do something. You have to act.
So action is kind of like a way to be comfortable. And yeah, sometimes it's connected with fear.
So I guess I have to
Being
do the
happy.
scary thing. I have to do the thing that scares me, which is traveling without Amanda.
Yeah, looks like it, because it's something what is emotionally charged for you. When you talk about it, you are so happy and so inspired, and then when you talk about things you are supposed to do, and there is no such a thing in your life what you are supposed to do. Yeah, you bought a van. Yes, you are rebuilding it, but
Those were like things that I made up.
you made
And
it
so
up,
that I
and
decided
now you're trying to assign yourself to things you made up as an adult responsibility. So you need to finish the van. You don't owe this to anyone.
Yeah, but it's like it's also like when I start a project, I do like assign that rule to
Yeah,
myself,
so
where it's
but-
like if I start something,
But you don't have
I
a
need to
timeline on
finish
the
it.
van, but you do have
True.
a timeline on your Santiago Camino thing. You wanted to do it before you were 30, so there was a timeline there.
Yeah.
And kind of answers things, and
Well,
the
also
amount
the
of fear you
time
have
limit
about a
is, like,
situation just
Like, I don't know how
Just
long that
bring
money is
more
gonna be in the bank
inspiration.
there, so I need to do it. Okay, so
yeah.
Hey, Abe! Oh my gosh! He actually, like, what's up? We're just finishing, we're wrapping up this conversation. Actually, Abe studied to be he's now a therapist, so
Nice.
Tonya is a clinical psychologist. So we've been talking about the psychology of, I don't know, anyways.
Yeah.
Suddenly
how
I don't know what
how
to say.
travel, not to travel.
To travel with the cat or not to travel with the cat. But yeah, so unfortunately we are concluding this discussion because the verdict is that I should do the thing that scares me the most, because on the other side of that fear is always greater satisfaction. And even though I have this fear that, like, I might be broke after bringing my cat to Europe and I might get stuck in Europe and run out of
You
money,
might
like,
be broken happy.
there's never been a moment where, like, Like, I have had moments where I've been super low on money, but I always end up finding a way to make that money anyways. Money comes and goes.
Yep.
And if I have to slow down and just like stay in Mexico somewhere for some time, I can do that. Or I get to Europe and maybe I need to take it easy. Or the Camino de Santiago is free or like super cheap apparently, so I could just live on the trail with my cat. Like, there are a lot of options. So, anyways, that's the conclusion. Should I travel the world with my cat? Yes, I'm gonna try. I'm gonna see what happens.
You can pull a tarot card still if you want. Just
Pull the. Okay, we're gonna pull a tarot card actually. So we have this beautiful deck. We're getting witchy in here. Should I light a candle? I think I should light a candle.
I also have a tarot deck with dragons with me, I think.
Should we do dragons or should we do?
We can do both.
Okay.
Why would we choose? Life is not about like choosing something, one. You can choose
No,
several
we can
times.
do both. And that's the moral of the story is I will eventually finish
Maybe I
my
mistake
van
direction.
build, but I can hike the Camino de Santiago with my cat in Europe
But you will
first.
finish your van as well. It's
I
not
will
like-
finish my van eventually,
So-
yeah. It might take me 3 years,
No, not that much.
but it will get done. Okay, what are we pulling a tarot card about?
Actually, I might be wrong. I might not have it. Just pull the
Okay.
tarot cards.
What question should I ask? Well, let's see. Let's ask the tarot deck, should I travel the world with my cat? I love how we started this with, like, psychology and, like, all of that, and now we're
I mean, we
finishing
know
with
the
the tarot deck.
answer. We just asked this for picture. So whatever the picture gonna be, we're gonna interpret it however we want to.
Okay.
Like the decision is there, and it's fine. Like whatever card it's gonna be, it's just funny. We love
This is the
beautiful
card.
pictures.
So, should I, or what would happen if I did try to embark on this crazy journey with Almendra? 4 of Cups.
You
Can
would
you see
get
that?
drunk probably.
Get drunk? What do you mean?
Yeah.
4 of Cups. She looks like has a colorful life.
She
but
look emotionally
her,
drained.
she looks
but,
very drained. Like, all of these cups are empty.
but that's
Except
okay.
for this one.
You do expect
No,
it
but
to be
there's
draining.
creative. No, but I see like there's creative energy coming from this.
Pull another
cup.
card. Let's keep on
So-
pulling the cards until it's gonna be something extremely positive. I think. That's good. Go on. So, at first, if you're gonna go and travel with a
I'm
cat,
gonna
you're
feel drained. I'm gonna be really tired. But I do think I will have some creative
Let's
inspiration.
see.
though.
Let's see.
Okay, let's see.
So yeah, drained. That's logical because you're gonna need to make all the documents and blah blah blah.
Yeah.
And then after that, you feel.
After that, I feel like this.
Yeah, that's it.
I don't know if you can see these. This is how I would feel once I
Well, you definitely
start this mission with Almendra. I don't know how good is it focusing on that.
Not good, but it's
Not
okay.
great.
Focus
Anyways,
on it.
there's a girl doing a yoga pose on top of. Oh, it's the Wheel of Fortune.
Yeah.
So that means it's kind of up to like it's really random.
Yeah,
but
let's
it
pull another
looks
one.
like-
And after like feeling random. let's
But she kind
continue.
of looks like she's dancing on top of coins, like,
yeah,
and
it
she has money.
It doesn't look stable. Let's go further. So at first you're gonna feel emotionally drained. Then you're gonna feel like adventurous, and then you're gonna feel.
And then I'll feel
You'll just wait until it's gonna get amazing, and then you're gonna feel.
Queen of
balanced.
Swords. Then I'm gonna feel like an experienced traveler warrior.
That's good.
That's actually great. I think I'm gonna find a lot of satisfaction out of embarking on this journey with Almendra. Where is she, by the way? Oh, she's sleeping.
She's sleeping. She
It's
feels
her
good.
bedtime. Yeah.
I don't know. One more card. Let's
One
see
more
how,
card.
How positive it gets.
One more card.
It
How
will
about
get positive at some point.
I
like,
wanna
super
know
positive.
like, okay, what if I stay?
Okay, let's see what if. you
What if
stay.
what if I leave
How would you?
Almendra?
How would you feel?
If I leave Almendra
Yeah.
while I do all of this. Oh, that's kind of positive, actually. The world. How I would feel if I
Yeah,
leave
because
her.
you wouldn't have the stress of figuring out everything, which is logical.
I think that what these are telling me is that if I bring Almendra, it's gonna be emotionally draining. There's gonna be a lot of unpredictable things that
Yeah.
I might not be able to control. And I'm gonna feel like I'm a warrior surviving. I'm gonna be in survival mode a lot because of the situation. And if I leave her, I mean, I'm free to explore by myself and like make new connections and experiences, and a lot of good things will happen. also.
Choice is always to be made by a human being. I don't know.
To what?
Like, choice is yours anyway. There is no
Yeah.
way.
That's true. This
But-
sounds like a very colorful, nice journey, but this sounds a little bit more harmonious. Give me more. How would I...
More details.
More
on that.
details about if I leave Almendra
That's-
behind.
That's okay going for stress. It's gonna be worse by the end.
Two of Pentacles.
Yeah, everything balanced.
Two of Pentacles. That's the card for if I leave Almendra. World card, balance. I mean, honestly, that looks very
Predictable.
positive. Okay,
Yeah,
let's
that's
see.
positive.
Let's see more details about if I bring her.
Let's see details on money. What do you get?
Money, yeah. How will my financial situation be if I bring Almendra with me
Just something to be prepared to. Because
to Europe?
I know.
Okay, I'm scared. Like, I'm really scared to draw this card. How will I do with money?
That's the card.
You know, but Nine of Cups.
Nine of Cups is a good.
Oh,
card.
there's a treasure chest actually.
It's actually positive.
It's a treasure chest, and this
I would say
woman
it's
or a guy,
abundance.
like, you seeing abundance with this?
Yeah,
I
there's a
don't
lot
know
of
if you can
cups.
see.
It's not pressuring. It's nice.
So
You can leave the transcript. Read. I got tired. The transcription of the card.
Oh, I should actually. Yeah, Nine of Cups.
Nine of Cups is good.
Nine of Cups.
It's not pentacles.
Oh, this is a
What is
card
that?
of abundance
Yeah, I
and
said
happiness.
abundance.
So we drew this card regarding money. How am I gonna do with money?
You're gonna be okay.
Abundance. Okay.
I think
That's
it's fine.
my main fear. My main fear is like
Not having
embarking on
money.
this. Yeah, that's always my fear, honestly. Like, I'm always in this slight state of fear of like not having money or being broke, because if something bad happens to me, all the money that I have is what I have. Like, I don't have insurance. I don't have, like, I'm just out here living as like a full-time nomad with no, like, my jewelry is my computer, my drone, my ring, my earrings, like, those are things that would like pay for if something super terrible and bad happened to me. But at the same time, like, I do think I have a lot of good friends, and friends have always like been there for me too in bad situations.
I
And
think
same with
it's
my
gonna-
followers.
I think
Even
it's
my
gonna
followers
work
have been there
out.
for me. I've had rough situations, and like people that I don't even know have had my back.
Yep.
So I think I'm gonna be okay.
Abundance. It's fine.
Yeah.
It's all good.
So
You're gonna be
It's
tired,
decided.
but
I'm gonna be tired, it's gonna be hard, it's gonna be challenging. I might not party as much. I'm not that interested in partying anyways. I just wanna hang out with my cat in Spain on the Camino de Santiago. So it's decided. Okay, good night, you guys. I'm very happy. Also, you know, if you would like to donate to Almendra's travel fund, there is a little way to send gifts like in the chat. That would be very, very much appreciated. If you want to send like $1, like anything would help to make this like crazy dream happen. This dream of hiking the Camino de Santiago with my cat before I turn 30.
I think that's the right way to place it. You are accomplishing a crazy dream to hike a Camino de Santiago with your cat before you turn 30. That's the
Yeah.
right placement of how it looks like. Not like, oh, should I take my cat to Europe?
No, it's actually like a bucket list.
It's actually
thing
a bucket
that I'm
list, and it's
doing.
actually an important dream to accomplish. It's not just I travel with my cat or shouldn't I travel with my cat. So the way you are placing it inside of your head is supposed to be different because one like
Yeah,
it's not
because
just
that's
you
how I
traveling.
placed it with the van thing. Was like, this is like a really cool dream that I have, and so I didn't really feel bad spending $4,000 up front on it because it was like, this is a cool thing that I want to do.
So you should
This
also
is a
think
bucket list
about this
thing,
like
so
that because
it's
it's
the
a bucket
same.
list thing. You wanted always to travel with an animal, and you wanted recently to travel with the cat and go to Camino de Santiago in Spain, and that was a dream.
Yeah,
And you would like to make your dream come true before you're 30.
true. Okay, so I just have to
And-
shift my mind a little bit and not think of it as like a liability, I guess, and more of a life dream goal, and also somewhat of an investment.
Yeah.
Because investing in your dreams is always rewarding. It always brings you abundance. I've had life prove that to me over and over and over and over and over again. Like when I do something that scares me, that is like a crazy dream of mine, I'm always rewarded, and I always somehow manage to manifest the money that I need to do it while I'm doing it. That's the conclusion, y'all. Chase your dreams. If your dream is traveling the world with your cat, do it. Because I'm going to do it, and y'all are going to watch me once I get around to editing all of the videos about it.
Or even before, like on stories.
Yeah, on my stories, yeah. On Instagram, I always post like all the crazy things I'm doing like in the moment. Because I don't edit anything, I just put it out there. I was thinking maybe I could do the same on YouTube, like for subscribers. I actually do have a subscriber button on my YouTube channel now, because I'm thinking about just posting more in the moment content of the current adventures that I'm on, rather than like, I mean, YouTube has kind of become like 1 year behind on what I'm doing. So
Yeah.
anyways, if you want to see unedited content that's more in the moment, you can either follow me on Instagram or subscribe to, well, first of all, if you're not subscribed to my channel already, please subscribe. And if you want to become a member, I guess, then I don't know if I have that option enabled yet, actually. I'm going to enable that like in the next couple days, or maybe the next 24 hours. We'll see. So that's coming soon. Anyways, stay tuned for next crazy adventure. I love you guys. Thank you for sitting here with us and having this girls' night,
Conversation.
and helping us figure out life. Maybe we'll do this again. Okay. Bye.
Bye.